This is the paragraph we're going to read and analyze. Before we start, you should pause the video, read the paragraph, and try to guess the meaning of the highlighted words. Alright, I assume you've done this. Let's begin. So, the first sentence, culture and language are inextricably intertwined. Inextricably is an adverb and is used for emphasizing that two things always exist together and you cannot separate them or consider them as separate. Example, his name was inextricably linked with the environmental movement. Here we've got two collocations, inextricably linked with and environmental movement. Intertwined is an adjective meaning twisted together or closely connected so as to be difficult to separate. Example, personal and business relationships are closely intertwined in Japan. Good collocation here, personal and business relationships and closely intertwined. Now, moving on, the second sentence, yet it proves extremely difficult to define precisely what culture is. Define, a verb, means to say what the meaning of something or especially a word is. Example, before I answer your question, could you define your terms a little more? The term normal is difficult to define. Two good collocations here, define your terms and difficult to define. And precisely is an adverb meaning exactly. Example, the fireworks begin at 8 o'clock precisely. The second one, what do you think the problem is precisely? The third sentence, however, it is doubtful whether culture as such would be teachable. Two good adjectives here, doubtful and teachable. If a situation is doubtful, it is unlikely to happen or to be successful. Example, it is doubtful whether they ever reached the summit before they died. It was doubtful that the money would ever be found again. Doubtful whether, doubtful if, reached the summit. It was doubtful that are good collocations. Teachable, something that can be taught. We hope that pupils come to realize that art is a teachable subject, not one that can be left to talent alone. Pupil means students. Come to realize is a good collocation and also teachable subject. The next sentence, however, it is undeniable that an awareness of culture and cultural differences is an essential part of an advanced proficiency in using a language. Undeniable, an adjective, means certainly true. Example, an undeniable fact. It is an undeniable fact that crime is increasing. Undeniable fact. It is an undeniable fact that an increasing crime are good collocations. And the next word, awareness, a noun, is the knowledge and understanding of a particular activity, subject, etc. Example, the guidelines are an important tool for raising awareness about current management thinking. Important guidelines, a tool for raising awareness about, and current management thinking are good collocations here. Also, essential, another adjective, means necessary or needed. It's very useful in writing task too. Government support will be essential if the project is to succeed. For the experiment to be valid, it is essential to record the data accurately. Collocations, government support, valid experiment. It is essential to record the data and record something accurately. And proficiency is a noun that means great skill, ability, and experience. Example, candidates must be able to demonstrate a high level of proficiency in both languages. Be able to, a high level of, and proficiency in are good collocations. Demonstrate means show. In the next sentence we have, students at this level also need to be aware of the fast-changing and hybrid nature of culture in an increasingly globalized world. Fast-changing, an adjective, means developing or changing very quickly. Example, companies such as these need to adapt constantly in fast-changing markets. After working in the fast-changing world of city finance, she is now seeking a quieter way of life. Adapt constantly, fast-changing markets, fast-changing world of, and a way of life are good collocations here. The next word, hybrid, is an adjective, which means a mixture of different things or styles. Difficulties with normal English are its hybrid vocabulary and the irregularities of English spelling. Difficulties with normal English, hybrid vocabulary, and irregularities of are good collocations. Here, hybrid vocabulary means English takes words from a variety of languages, and the spelling system is a little bit difficult because many words are irregular. The next word is increasingly, which is an adverb and means more and more all the time. Example, increasingly there is pressure on the council to reverse its decision. Tourism is playing an increasingly important role in the region's economy. Pressure on, reverse its decision. Reverse means change to opposite. Playing an important role, increasingly important, and region's economy are good collocations. And the last word on this slide is globalized, which is an adjective and means including or affecting the whole world. Example, the new globalized economy. And also we have the word nature, which is a noun, and here it means the type or main characteristic of something or the basic qualities of a thing. Example, what was the nature of his inquiry? Inquiry means question. Motor racing is by nature a dangerous sport. The changing nature of society. It is difficult to define the exact nature of the problem. His work explores the nature of the mother-child relationship. Collocations, nature of, by nature, a dangerous sport, changing nature of, define the exact nature of something, explores the nature of something, and mother-child relationship. And the last sentence, the focus in this chapter then is not to try to teach culture, but rather to encourage learners to engage with the realities of cultural differences, with how it operates and how it intersects with language. Encourage a useful verb, to make someone more likely to do something or to make something more likely to happen. Example, we were encouraged to learn foreign languages at school. The council is encouraging the development of the property for both employment and recreation. Recreation is a way of enjoying yourself when you're not working. Collocations, encourage to learn foreign languages, encouraging the development of something, and employment and recreation. And the last word on this slide, engage here means to become involved or have contact with someone or something. Here it's used in a formal sense. Just stay out of his way as much as possible and don't engage with him. And the last words, reality, a noun, a thing that is actually experienced or seen in contrast to what people might imagine. As children, they experience the harsh realities of life. This decision reflects the realities of the political situation. Experience the harsh realities and realities of life. Reflects the realities and political situation are good collocations here. And the last word, intersect, is a verb. If two things intersect, they are connected in some way and influence each other. Example, our life experiences intersect with our particular circumstances to shape our values. Life experiences intersect with particular circumstances and shape our values are very useful collocations. Alright, I hope you have found it useful. Before you use these collocations in your speaking or writing, make sure you know how to use them and read these examples again and again. Have a nice day.